What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video here at Red Dirt Reptiles. For those of y'all just joining us, I'm Corey Samples. And for those of y'all returning, let's get right into it. We're going to cover, well, we're going to talk about mating. I don't really want to cover mating because, man, there are so many things that you need to make sure are spot on to create a positive mating experience and get a positive pairing. One is finding a pairable male and female. Make sure they're both male and female. You don't want to put two males together. It will lead to disaster. Most of the time you'll know when your female's ready to mate. She'll start to go off food and she'll start to gain a little weight. It's called hemorrhagic. Sorry, she's being goofy. Anyway, she'll start to gain a little weight. This girl did this to me not too long ago. Usually if you have a male next to them, they will freak out too because they are going to want to mate. So the male, if you have one close by, will let you know just as much as the female will. Ooh! Hey, you're caught on my hat, little girl. I don't want you to let go, but not take the hat with you. There we go. Alright. What do they need to mate? An enclosure. Definitely an enclosure. And no humans present. No. What do they need to mate? So you definitely need to make sure you have a proper nesting box set up. I suppose I need to go do a video on making a proper nesting box, but I use a double tote system with a heat mat and thermostat, and then filled up with a specific mixture of substrate. And when they're ready to, they'll go in there and usually dig and lay eggs if they are comfortable in the enclosure. As far as heat and humidity goes, I do usually try and keep my nesting boxes a little cooler or a little warmer on the inside than what the gradient temp at the bottom of the temperature or what the bottom of the enclosure will be. How do you know if it took? Well, you don't really until they lay the eggs and you get the candle and when they get them in the incubator. I mean, a lot of times if it's a dud egg, you'll know almost right away. But you could have some turn dud in the middle of it. You can introduce more than one male to one female, but I wouldn't do it at once. Obviously, you want to let them pair up, and if that doesn't take, then you would try again with another male, or might cycle in another male. I wouldn't just put two males in. You can definitely do that with lineage, though. Change out male and male in between each breeding. Same thing with females. If you wanted to do two females with the same male, but you're getting two lines, then you can do some holdouts out of there and breed back to each other, and so that would make for, great babies. Usually helps turn out the patterns and bring out whatever het genes you might have within your animal. This one specifically, my buddy owns a 7-foot Sumatran that she'll end up trying to get paired up with one of these days. I have introduced them to each other before. She was not nice to him, which is why I say if they're not ready, there will be some problems. She was running around biting this guy all over his face, and I'm talking his head's 3 times the size of hers, and he wanted nothing to do with her. That could have just been his demeanor mostly. But as far as mating goes, man, they're usually going to be doing this in the water. You usually find your water monitors if you're mating or breeding. You're going to be finding them doing it in the water. It's just usually easier for them to get into position better, unless you have some spots where they can get around to. But 9 times out of 10, I've always seen it happen in the water. If you have females laying eggs in your water, she is not comfortable within your enclosure and you are doing something wrong. 9 times out of 10, your husbandry is not correct. And in my opinion, 9 times out of 10, your nesting box is not on point. And at that point, you're just going to get dud after dud after dud. They lay them in the water and they're no good. So, make sure you're checking all your temps, all your heat and humidities, all your temps, heat, and humidity. Make sure you're checking your heat and your humidity, making sure you're staying on top of your substrate, especially if you're using a bioactive enclosures like I do. Making sure you're keeping clean water. These guys thrive on that. They don't really drink a ton of water, so make sure you're keeping everything clean and husbandry on point. And when it comes to it, mating shouldn't be an issue. See y'all at the next one. Hey, thanks for sticking with me through another video here at Red Dirt Reptiles. If y'all like what y'all are seeing, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Lets me know I'm doing good, and I'll continue to put out awesome videos for y'all. Hope to see you around on the next one. Thanks again.